Alan here, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the terrorist threat. And I want to read a passage from this book, Fight Back, Tackling Terrorism Liddy Style by G. Gordon Liddy. He wrote this in 2006 with a team of experts, but I think it's just as relevant today. So listen to this passage. Somewhere in the world, right now, analysis of the history of terrorism tells us that a group of 5 to 10 or more Islamic extremists are gathered in an apartment, a mosque, or a madrasa, and they are plotting a blow even more devastating than that of September 11th, 2001. If particularly sophisticated or lucky, they may possess one of the suitcase nukes missing from Russia's Cold War era arsenal. Or perhaps they have learned to better employ their chemical or biological weapons, such as the deadly gas tested on a dog in footage discovered in Afghanistan and widely replayed on CNN and other news networks. More likely, this group is planning to hijack and destroy a shipment of toxic industrial chemicals moving by rail, sea, or truck, or to carry out simultaneous dirty bomb attacks. And dirty bombs are explosives mixed with a low-yield radiological source like those discarded after use in medical or university laboratories, that could cripple our economy and our way of life. Such an attack might result in tens of thousands of deaths and untold economic devastation. This threat assessment is openly acknowledged by the intelligence community to be accurate, and the United States should be working more effectively to deter the next 9/11. This is all the more important as the world perceives that we are too distracted by Iraq to counter aggression elsewhere. The next strike may come from Al-Qaeda, or it may come from a Sunni copycat group inspired by bin Laden's perceived successes, or perhaps even a Shiite group that is linked to a state sponsor such as Iran or Syria. Or it could come from one of the numerous sects in Asia, such as Indonesia's Jamaah Islamiyah. And then he keeps going on to examine those three. I'm not going to read that part, and I probably butchered some of those names, and I apologize for that. But here's the point I want to really make. And I used Liddy and his team of experts that wrote this book because it illustrates that there is a terrorist threat. And I think if you turn on the news, we can all acknowledge that. So the first thing I want is I don't want you to put your head in the sand. So if your head is in the sand, I want you to pull it out, okay, and acknowledge that terrorism is a threat that we live with in today's world. And I think we can all acknowledge that, except for the few that want to just ignore it. The next thing I want to talk about, though, is I don't want to be a fear-monger and have you living in paranoia, afraid to go out of your house unless heavily armed because of the possibility of a terrorist threat. The reality is, way more people are going to die because of the cigarettes, their diet, and inactivity than are going to be killed by terrorists. Okay? So it's not something that we want to be paranoid of, and I don't want you living in fear. Here's what I do want. I want you to practice safe habits like I talk about in these videos, like the website Survive and Defend is full of, so you can be more safe and enjoy your life. And that's really the bottom line. I want you to enjoy life and not let terrorists take from that enjoyment, because that is their goal. But I want you to practice the safe habits so you will be more safe as you enjoy life. It's really as simple as that. And I plan on doing more videos and a lot more on the Survive and Defend website regarding staying safe and defending yourself. And I will cover more terrorist topics because I understand that that is important in today's world. And so I will be continuously adding to the website and doing things to help you stay safe and giving you practical advice without fear-mongering and without getting extreme myself, just to help you stay safe and to help you defend yourself if you're ever in one of the rare cases of a terrorist attack, or to defend yourself in the more common occurrences such as theft, having a house broken in, having your car broken in, or a rape or attack by someone you know. I want to cover all of those bases, and I'll continue to do so. But I wanted to address the terrorist threat, and that I will be doing more on that too, because I don't want your head in the sand, but I don't want you in fear either.